Welcome to Meg's Motorcycle Journey, where we explore the world on two wheels. This channel will follow me on my journey to become a better rider and explore my love of all things motorcycles. So Cameraman and I went for a ride with our friend John. He has a fat boy. You guys actually saw me do a video in his garage. Hold on, there you go. Look at that beautiful bike. But I think we're gonna switch and I'm gonna ride Cameraman's bike home. So we'll see how it goes. So we went for a ride with a friend of ours today. It is finally beautiful weather in Maryland for riding. It's like 80 to 85 today. So it was awesome. We stopped in this parking lot. We were actually practicing some slow maneuvers, the slow race, some U-turns, just to keep our skills fresh. And we thought maybe I would take a chance at riding Cameraman's bike. So I've posted a brief video before. Some of you guys have seen, especially if you follow my Instagram page, that he has let me ride it before in a parking lot. I've never taken it on the road. So this is a lot of trust, especially because he loves it like, you know, almost as much as he loves his kids. So I'm gonna do my best to be very safe and do a good job. So I'm sure you guys will be entertained. Okay, so we decided that maybe I should take a warm-up lap around the parking lot.
Yeah, it might be smart.
Before we get going.
You're good.
I gotta basically sit on the tank, finish the controls, and the kickstand, but it's all good. We'll be really careful, Michael.
I know. Do some figure eights or something.
Alright.
Feel the brakes a little bit. All right.
I guess I'm okay.
Yeah, I think you'll be just fine.
It's just hard to reach the control. Your kickstand, I don't have to worry about kicking it down like mine.
Yeah, it's nice putting that one down, right?
Alright, I don't
Let's
know
do
if
it.
I'm ready for this. I'm gonna try.
Let's do it.
So I'm not gonna lie, I was really nervous. As some of you know, Cameraman really, really loves his bike. And I actually really love Cameraman's bike also. It's a great bike. Not only does it have a great classic look, but it has a great sound, and he's done a lot of really great modifications. But most of all, it means a lot to him. So I was very nervous because I'm not the most comfortable with forward controls. I am about 5'2.5", but I'm fortunate that I do have a lot of height in my legs. So my inseam is actually longer than some people that are taller than me. So I'm fortunate in that makes riding a little bit easier. But it was definitely still a stretch. You can see my legs are almost straight to press on the rear brake, but the shifter was more of an issue than the brake was because I had to get my foot all the way underneath of it. I tried for some of the ride early on sitting very far forward. This is actually, Cameraman pulled a Meg and left the bag open on my bike, or perhaps I left the bag open and he didn't realize that it was open and then got on my bike, which is more likely. He is taping from my bike, which we've never done before, but was kind of cool. But as I was saying, the shifter was a stretch for me, and I almost had to have my legs straight. I tried sitting up almost on the tank, but that made for a very uncomfortable ride, so eventually I pushed myself back further. Once I got the feel of it, it was not as stressful and difficult as I thought it was going to be. And I really did give Cameraman's bike a good ride, because I looked at it in much the same way that I used to look at gymnastics moves when I was younger and I was a little nervous. And that is, if you don't go all the way and put your whole heart into doing it, then you're likely to get hurt. And I kind of felt the same way about riding Cameraman's bike, which was I had to ride her hard and go for it full force, or else I would do something stupid. So I did, and it was fun for me to have a little bit louder pipes, and he asked me about that after I'm finished, so you'll hear a little bit more of my thoughts on that. I do really like my slip-ons from Chromeworks, but he has a full stage 1 with a fuel tuner, and he has the Vance & Hines big radius, and I do love the sound of those. Some of you have told me that if I were to get the short shots or the grenades or the big radius, that they would be incredibly loud and I wouldn't be able to handle it. But I didn't feel that way at all. Our friend Doug, who you've seen in some of the other videos, actually has Vance & Hines short shots, and I ride next to him all the time and hear the sound of those, which I also really like. I was most interested in getting the mini grenades, and I may still do that at some point, but I don't think that the sound is too loud or too much. I actually really like it. I also loved Cameraman's hand grips. So he has these ridged, sort of rough hand grips, and I really liked them. I liked having that on the throttle. I still have the stock hand grips. I have considered getting heated grips because I have a condition called Raynaud's, as some of you know and also struggle with. So I hadn't really done anything with my hand grips, but I really did like Cameraman's hand grips. What hand grips do you guys like? Tell me in the comments. This was actually my first opportunity that I got to wear my new custom vest that I did a review video on from First MFG, and I really liked it. It's awesome. It has so many pockets, and it was perfect for this 80-something degree day. And it's red, so it's my color. If you guys are interested, I do have a discount code available for First MFG, which is MMJ25. So if you guys want anything from First MFG, I would recommend using my discount code so you can get a little discount. There, look, Cameraman got in the lens for a minute. As I mentioned, he's taping from my bike, which is a slightly different view than you're used to seeing with him on his bike and me on my bike, but it was kind of cool and fun for us to get to switch. And he enjoyed being able to see and hear his bike from a different perspective, so that was kind of neat. We did ride most of the way home from Frederick County with me on his bike and him on my bike. So I got a nice long ride, and I got a little time to experience what the bike really felt like. The Breakout was an awesome ride. I felt like it was fast. I felt like it was responsive. I would say that the only thing is that it is a bit stretched out for me, which makes it a little bit more difficult just because I'm a small person. But aside from that, it was a great ride. He does have the 103 because it is a 2017 Breakout. And as you guys know, I have the 114 in my bike because it is a 2020 Lowrider S. But honestly, I couldn't see a huge difference. My bike maybe was a tad more responsive at times, but I didn't truly notice a huge difference between the engines. So I felt like his Breakout moved just as well as my Lowrider S. Plus, it looks cool and it sounds cool. At any rate, I'm getting really excited, guys. We are leaving for Myrtle Beach Bike Week next week, and I will put the details as to where we will be in the description of this video, and I am really, really, really hoping that I get to meet some of you guys. So if you are near Myrtle Beach and can make it out, that would be totally awesome. We're also going to do a video on packing up and leaving because Viking Bags is going to send me another pretty cool bag, so stay tuned for that. We may actually do a giveaway for First MFG, so keep your eyes and ears open for some of those cool upcoming things. To ride a bike that was not mine in my life, so I just did not want to hurt his baby. But anyway,
she did great.
So I got hit with so many more bugs. Michael, why?
Because you're cooler on my motorcycle.
Do you think that fairing really does anything?
I mean, no. I mean, you have a fairing. Maybe that fairing's deflecting bugs, but I don't know.
I got so many more bugs. Like, my glasses are covered in bugs. Anyway, it was actually, once I got going, it was fine, but forward controls are tough for me. So that you can see if I actually am sitting, I can reach the brake. Actually, it's harder. Hold on, if you come to the other side, Michael.
Come to this side? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's harder for me to shift under the shifter. So I was trying to sit up on it. That doesn't make for the most comfortable ride. Hopefully, Cameraman and I will be getting some new seats shortly, which we're really excited for. So maybe that will make it a little bit of an easier ride.
How's the seat?
I mean,
comparison to yours?
Wide. It's so wide. So that's what makes it harder for me to flat foot on this bike. Is not because I feel like this bike is lower to the ground, but it's so wide that my legs have to be spread so much more wide than they do when I'm on my bike. But I mean, you know what? I feel like it's steered easier. I used to think for some reason your bars are the raked out thing, but I actually felt like I had.
You could handle it?
Yeah, really good control.
Yeah. I mean, I think you actually rode it really well. What about the pipes? Did you feel a difference with having some noise?
I mean, they're way louder than mine, so I had more fun. I had more fun revving, and I had more fun taking off because it's loud. I don't know that I notice a difference. I know you always are telling me I need to get a fuel controller. I only notice a little difference.
An FP3.
Yeah. But you know what?
You also don't know what it feels like to not have it on that bike either. Your motor is a lot bigger and stronger than mine as well. So,
you always say that, and I thought maybe it was going to be significantly harder to accelerate, but I still got to 80 easy. It wasn't an effort. I mean, the seat isn't awful. If I can tell you've worn it in. So they always say Harley seats, the foam wears in a lot quicker than if you get some other seat, but I don't think I've worn my foam because I feel like they designed the bikes to bear a heavier load than my bike is normally bearing. You know what I mean? I feel like they're not designed for somebody who's 115 pounds. But it's not uncomfortable. The seat itself is not uncomfortable. No. It's just how wide I have to spread and how far I have.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't mind the comfortableness of the seat. I just don't like getting wet to it.
Cameraman needs a new seat because every time that he rides for long distance and gets off, his butt's all wet. I'm not wet, I don't think. I don't get wet.
It's because I've ridden 3 days in a row and I soaked up all the water.
It made me nervous because I didn't want to hurt it because I know how much you love her. But, you know, once I got going, I felt better, and it was actually a really fun ride. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching me attempt to ride Cameraman's bike. I can't ride it as good as he can, but I did all right, I think.
She did amazing.